There comes a moment in every life when the noise of the world becomes louder than the voice within. You wake up every day, following routines, reacting to circumstances, living by other people's expectations, and somewhere along the way, you forget that your mind is your most powerful tool. You forget that before anything changes on the outside, something must shift on the inside. This is the truth most people miss. Your life will always move in the direction of your strongest mindset, not your wishes, not your intentions, not even your talents. It all begins with what you repeatedly allow yourself to believe. The world will try to shape you before you even know who you are. From a young age, people tell you who you should be, what you should do, what is possible and what isn't. They project their fears, their failures, their limitations onto you, and slowly, if you're not careful, their voice becomes your own. That's why the first and most crucial shift is this: you must own your mindset before the world owns it for you. Because if you don't take control of your internal narrative, someone else will write it for you, and it won't be the story you were born to live. I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself, whose voice has been the loudest in your mind lately? Is it your own vision or the opinions of others? Is it the truth of your potential or the echo of someone's doubt? Too many people live their entire lives letting their environment dictate their identity. They wake up years later, successful on paper, empty inside, because they followed a script that wasn't theirs. They never made the mindset shift from reacting to owning. Owning your mindset isn't about ignoring reality. It's about reclaiming authorship. It's deciding, no matter what happens around me, I choose what happens within me. It's understanding that your thoughts are not passengers, they are the engine. Your beliefs are not whispers, they are commands. And the life you're living today is simply a reflection of the beliefs you accepted yesterday. I remember working with someone who had spent years feeling stuck. She had the skills, the resources, even the opportunities, but mentally she had already told herself, I'm not enough. I'm not ready. People like me don't get that far. She was living under a ceiling she built herself. One day, during a conversation, she said something powerful. I realized I was living in a prison with the door wide open. That's what a fixed mindset does. It convinces you that your limits are real. Most of them exist only in your mind. The shift happens the moment you stop asking, can I? And start declaring, I will. It happens when you stop seeking permission to believe in yourself. When you start catching the thoughts that are holding you back and challenging them, instead of accepting them as truth. Every great transformation begins with this internal confrontation. The moment you decide to stop renting space in your mind to fear, doubt, and other people's expectations, everything outside begins to align differently. Think about it. Your mindset influences your emotions. Your emotions drive your decisions. Your decisions shape your actions. And your actions define your destiny. So if your mindset is clouded by fear, doubt, or victimhood, everything downstream is affected. But when you consciously own your mindset, when you choose resilience over resignation, growth over stagnation, courage over comfort, the entire trajectory of your life shifts. This is not easy. The world will constantly try to pull you back into old patterns. Your fears will whisper familiar lies. This is where you must stand firm. You have to protect your mindset like it's your life, because it is. Everything you will ever build, create, or become begins in the space between your ears. That is the battlefield. That is where change either begins or dies. The most extraordinary lives are not lived by the smartest or the luckiest people, but by those who decided to own their mindset and never gave it away again. They stopped being passengers in their story and took the wheel. That's the shift. It's not about waiting for the world to change. It's about changing the world inside you, so the world outside has no choice but to follow. The second shift is where everything you've learned about mindset gets tested in the real world. It's easy to talk about belief when life is smooth. It's simple to be positive when everything is going your way. The true power of a transformed mindset is revealed not in comfort, but in chaos. It's revealed in those moments when life hits you so hard that your breath catches, when the plans you built crumble overnight, when the road ahead disappears in the fog of uncertainty. This is where most people break. This is also where the uncommon few are born. Those who understand that struggle isn't a wall, it's a weight. And weights, when lifted, build strength. The difference between those who rise and those who retreat isn't luck, and it isn't talent. It's mindset. It's the decision to stop seeing struggle as a sign you're failing and start seeing it as proof you're growing. Every powerful life has a chapter where nothing made sense. Every hero has a season of silence, rejection, or pain. These are not detours, they are the training ground. The world will give you obstacles. Your mindset decides whether they become barriers or building blocks. I once spoke to a man who had lost everything: his job, his marriage, his sense of direction. For months, he woke up feeling like the world had betrayed him. He asked me, "How can I rebuild when everything has fallen apart?" And I told him something that surprised him. You don't rebuild the same life. You build a stronger one. The breaking wasn't the end. It was the beginning of a different kind of strength. The pain was real, but so was his potential. Decided to face the storm instead of hiding from it. Slowly, he began to reshape his thoughts, not to escape reality, but to face it with a different lens. That's the shift. Struggle is not your enemy, it's your sculptor. When you start to see challenges through this lens, everything changes. You stop running from discomfort and start leaning into it. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this trying to teach me?" That single question transforms suffering into growth, takes away the power of the problem, and hands it back to you. Life is not meant to be painless, it's meant to shape you. Every challenge carries within it a message, and those who listen, truly listen, become unshakable. There's a universal truth. Pressure reveals what's inside. Just like heat turns raw metal into a blade, adversity forges you into who you were meant to become. It strips away illusions, comfort zones, and excuses. And yes, it hurts. Growth always does. But if you hold on, if you stay present and refuse to let struggle define you, you begin to discover a version of yourself you didn't know existed, a stronger, wiser, more resilient you. Think back to any significant growth in your life. Was it during the easy days or the hard ones? It's the moments when your back was against the wall that forced you to dig deeper. It's the heartbreaks that taught you how to heal. It's the failures that built your wisdom. Without those storms, you wouldn't be who you are today. The problem is, most people spend their lives trying to avoid the very experiences that could make them extraordinary. They pray for easy paths, forgetting that smooth roads never made skillful travelers. This mindset shift requires courage. It's not about pretending pain doesn't exist. It's about looking it in the eye and saying, "You will not break me. You will build me." It's standing in the fire long enough to let it shape you, but refusing to let it consume you. It's trusting that what you're going through is not wasted, that every scar you earn is evidence of survival. Every tear is watering the soil of your future. The world we live in often celebrates the results, but hides the struggles. You see the success, the applause, the achievements, but rarely the sleepless nights, the doubts, the sacrifices. Don't be fooled. Every story of greatness has chapters written in pain. What sets extraordinary people apart is not the absence of struggle, their response to it. They made a decision. This will not defeat me. This will define me. When you embrace struggle with this mindset, something incredible happens. You stop fearing failure. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You stop delaying your dreams because of discomfort. Instead, you lean in. You grow through it. You become the kind of person who no longer needs an easy path because you've built the strength to walk through storms. So if you're in a season of struggle right now, hear me clearly, this is not the end of your story. It might just be the chapter that gives your story its power. Hold the line. Keep your heart steady. Let the weight shape you. Because on the other side of this struggle is not just victory, it's transformation.